took advantage of a long weekend and planned an overnighter in the Grand Canyon. It was long overdue, and I was more than thrilled to be backpacking again. The first night out since the long trail. I chose to take the Grandview Trail and camp on Horseshoe Mesa. The Grandview Trail was constructed in 1892 to 1893 by miner Pete Berry, with the purpose of getting ore out and supplies into Last Chance Mine on Horseshoe Mesa. Builders laid native juniper and ponderosa pine in a cross-hatched pattern to form foundation and filled it in with rubble. They hand-laid cobblestone made from local sandstone to provide a stable surface for mules. Because of the steepness and direct route to the mesa, 31 switchbacks were created. Construction cost a total of $12,000. Berry then built Grandview Hotel on the rim at Grandview Point and started guiding tourists. Mining stopped in 1913. The trail was purchased by William Randolph Hearst. More recently, a landslide in 2005 caused major damage to the trail and swept away several of these historic log cribs. The Kaibab limestone and Torweep section traverse steep slopes. The trail comes to the top of a dramatic east-facing gully at the Coconino Saddle, which offers views into upper valley of the creek. This is Cottonwood Creek. More steep cobblestone switchbacks below the Coconino Saddle descend through the Hermit Shale to the Supai Formation. Steepness lessens and it becomes a gradual traverse out into the canyon and down Horseshoe Mesa. Along the trail are remnants of past mining operations like rusty cans, nails, and tools. It was a pleasant surprise seeing all the odds and ends from the trail builders and miners, and glad to see so much time has been preserved within the park. I made it to the mesa and decided to set up camp, drop some gear for a lighter pack, have lunch, and continue on with the adventures for the day. It was a super windy afternoon, especially on the mesa, which made it a tad difficult to set up. I didn't even realize I missed the turn down Cottonwood Creek for a few minutes, but decided to continue along the western part of the Horseshoe, with a view over the valley of Cottonwood featuring an awesome agave plant. I came across a drainage that led to a trail to Cave of the Domes. What an insane feature on the side of the mesa. I didn't go far at all, but it only left me wondering how big it actually is. It also made me think of how many people for hundreds of years have also been in. The western tip of Horseshoe Mesa opened up to the most amazing view of the canyon I've seen so far. An epic spot to see the basement rock and the Colorado River winding further west. I decided to take the connector trail off the west side of the mesa down to the Tonto trail. The Tonto is a south rim trail that begins at the south bank of the Colorado River and ends at the eastern end of the Red Canyon. The Tonto runs 70 miles on top of a Bright Angel Shale platform. This platform is a bench that separates the inner gorge and upper canyon. The Tonto below the east side of the Horseshoe Mesa, looking over Hans Creek, was another favorite spot that boasted a perfect view of all the layers of rock. Several spots to take breaks and to take in the view along this rim. I wish I could have stayed longer, but I had to climb back up the mesa to get to camp, hopefully before the sunset. Hans Creek was filled with beautiful turquoise-colored rocks. This copper ore was used by the natives who collected these rocks for paint. I continued up Hans Creek until I found Page Spring, where I would fill up on water for the evening. A slow dripping spring with a big puddle was all I needed to add a couple liters. I eventually came across the Last Chance Mine, which was barred off. Plenty of other smaller signs of mining operations were scattered around. Pete Berry blasted out rock ledges in this Coconino sandstone formation, and you can still see drill holes where explosives were placed. This mine was actually one of the only few profitable in the canyon, yielding $75,000 worth of copper. The sun was setting and the colors of the canyon started to pop. A blue hue to the south rim canyon walls towards the east was a sight to behold. Also, the partly cloudy sky made for a pretty epic landscape as it got back to the mesa. I relaxed a bit and boiled some water for my usual mashed potatoes, gravy, and chicken dinner. It was dead silent and could spot a few other backpackers camping closer to the Horseshoe. It was a calm night and perfect sleeping weather. I slept in past 9 a.m. and was surprised as I rarely can sleep in while on trail. Luckily, I was in no hurry at all. It was only a few miles and a few thousand feet back up and out Grandview Point where my trip concluded. I have a little hunch I'll be back to the canyon in no time.